So we're back on. All right. All right. So we see the screen. Yes. So we've been working on what we're calling reflexive verbs. All right, or just started. Now, when we did our vocab, those of us that did the vocab, what did we notice about the ending of the verb of every single reflexive verb that you saw? That's different from normal.
It ends in se.
It ends in se, and it's attached to the end. It's attached to the end of the verb. Now, the whole point of the se is that the se is a pronoun. Okay, and we identified that a pronoun is what exactly? What are the pronouns? The personal pronouns.
He, she, they, we.
Right. So I, you, he, she, we, they. What normally goes in our chart here, right? Now, what we need to understand about the reflexive verbs is that when we work with these, we're going to take this pronoun that's at the end, and we're going to, struggling right now, and move it to the front of our verb, detached. The only reason it's attached to the end of our reflexive verb is to let us know that this is a reflexive verb and we're going to treat it a little bit differently. So based on each subject, you're going to need a different reflexive. So in the yo form, you're gonna use me. So you're going to change se to me, and the me is going to go at the front. All right. In the tu form, it's going to be te. All right. In the el, ella, usted form, it's going to be se. All right. In the nosotros form, it's going to be nos. And in the ellos, ellas, ustedes form, it's also going to be se. So, because of that, what do we need to do for the third persons every time we write them?
What the subject?
We need the subject, just like when we did the imperfect with the aba and the aba and the ia and the ia, and we had to do it the same. Because they were the same, we had to put the subject, same thing. All right, so the concept here is the same. All right, so the thing is, and this is what gets tricky, is that the thing is that any verb can be reflexive. What makes it reflexive is that we're kind of changing what it means, and being that now it means somebody's doing this activity to oneself. All right, so we talked about this the other day, mostly with the people in class. Things like routines. I get myself out of bed, I shower myself, I feed myself breakfast, I walk myself to school, right? So if you did something like, for example, um, if you did something, for example, like comerse, okay, we've seen comer, right? What does comer mean?
To eat.
To eat. So we're taking the se, and now it just matters as to who's doing the eating. All right. If let's say if we want to say something, for example, like I ate, right? I would take the se, move it to the front, and use me because I'm the one eating. So me, and then the comer gets handled normally. All right. So let's just pretend that we're in the present tense. It would be com. What would I add at the end?
Oh.
Oh. All right. Me como, and let's just say una fresa. All right. What we're saying here is I ate a strawberry. All right. But the me is basically saying I ate it myself. Not just I eat a strawberry, I ate a strawberry, or I ate a strawberry this morning, or something along those lines. So we're taking the se, and notice it's detached. Okay, we're not attaching it. Does that make sense to everybody? So we're basically taking the subject, figuring out which of the pronouns I need, put it at the beginning, and conjugate it like we normally would. All right. Now that being said, we are going to stick in the present tense when it comes to conjugating. So I want to quickly just review those. What are my AR endings in the present tense? In the yo form, I would need what?
Is that O?
O. All right. Through what? AS. Okay, el, ella.
A.
Alright, nosotros. Ambos, ellos, ellas, ustedes. On. Okay, now, again, let's just switch the color here. Let's do ER in the yo form.
O.
O, tu,
S,
ES,
E,
E,
Um.
EMOS, right? And
N,
N. Okay, and then finally, all right, very similar, but one slight difference in the yo form for IR is what?
O,
O, ES,
S,
E,
I,
IMOS, and then
Yen.
EN. Okay, so what you're gonna see in a minute is I'm gonna post a worksheet. It's gonna have reflexives. All right, keep this handy if you need it. All right, I'll pause the recording now.